in the glow of twilight fade. Silent whispers weave a serenade. Stars align in cosmic grace. Night wraps us in its embrace. Chasing shadows through the night. Find our way by soft starlight. Quiet dreams are born anew. In darkness dipped we find our hue.
Welcome to the show, everybody. New to the channel, please drop me a subscription, follow. I'm gonna do some movie reviews, current event discussions, and basically it's a Saturday morning show here. If anybody's interested, this is where you'll find me. This is my first episode. There's gonna be a lot of learning curves. First time using stream yards. I'd like to have a guest or two, but if we can't get one, hey, it's a learning curve, you know what I mean? I started a secondary channel to avoid clogging up the gaming channel. If you'd like more of this, again, subscribe, comment, share, put it out there. We're gonna do a weekly little episode every Saturday morning. Grab some coffee, maybe some breakfast, protein shakes. You know what I mean? Shout out to my boy Andreas, aka Andy, for the intro music. That's gonna be the theme for this show. The theme is chilling, hanging out, good times. Bringing you guys on here, not only in the comments, but on the video screen for some real in-live discussions, you know what I mean? This thing's pretty awesome. I can DJ in the background, all that stuff. So not only I'm actually producing content. I'm not good at it, obviously, but what up? I'm the host, Rockefeller Plaza. Also, if you know me from the gaming channel, I'm Rockefeller Plaza, but this is my second channel, so I'm Rockefeller Plaza 2 as well. Probably like 20-minute episodes. I need to stop leaning into my mic like this, just sit normal. I think it picks me up pretty good if I just sit and act like a normal person instead of a YouTuber and clogging up y'all's ears every time I do that. Minecraft, what do y'all think? Who saw it? Hands up in the air. Leave a dislike if you hated it because Jack Black was absurd. Leave a thumbs up if you thought The Garbage Man was awesome. It was not only a mix of Billy Mitchell, the video gaming champion in 1989, but was also 50% my boy Dr. Disrespect, the Tetris champion of 1993, 1994. Tetris, better watch her. We'll start from the beginning. Anybody who thought that Jack Black playing him was too old and weird, there's going to be spoilers from here on out. So if you don't want to know about Minecraft, please resist the temptation of watching and listening. Ready? So he is too old to play him. He's at the end of his life cycle. He's tired of working for the man. And he used to be a Minecrafter when he was young. And he remembers that he didn't finish the game because as you get older, you realize even though you beat the game once, you have to go back and beat it on New Game Plus or you never really beat the game. So he goes back to play New Game Plus, I believe. Jason Momoa I wouldn't say failed. He is a video game champion of 1989, right? But now he's like a video game salesman. He's got like a video game store or something like that. And I guess they're friends. Because that'll come, I guess they're pretty sure they're friends. One was a champion, but now is failing at life. One was just, a kid that wanted to do something with his life but never did. But now he's older. He actually is successful, like at a job and career, all that. I'm pretty sure they're friends going into it. I miss some having to get some popcorn for the nephews, but catastrophe strikes. He goes in. He wants to go back in there. He when he actually plays New Game Plus, he opens the portal to this world and another portal to that world, and it gets into the hell world. Or there's two basically bad guys. They're like pigs, right? The pigs are the bad guys. You got the lady pig that's like a witch. Now her minion, my man, is awesome. He's like, yo, what's up, dudes? Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to unalive you. Looks like that's what's gonna happen. He's really cool and gnarly, bro. Like, I liked him. There's some characters in here that are pretty funny. Jack Black's is obviously horrendous, and we've seen the same character before, right? Pretty funny. I liked him. I liked the kid. The kid actor was great. Jason Momoa was good. I thought Jason Momoa was good, trying to be funny, trying to be a lead. Not taking things too seriously, giving the kid the joke. And there's a lot of jokes for adults in there that when he like receives the butt of the joke, he'll say something that a lot of kids didn't understand, but I was catching them, and I thought they were pretty clever. There was an awesome Technoblade reference that I loved. That if you know anything about it, heartfelt as shit. I really liked it. It was pretty cool, man. It was perfect time because in the beginning they come up, those two being the complete opposite characters. One's positive, one's negative. Jack Black's always positive, but the other dude, because his life's going down, is negative. And they have when they first get to the Minecraft world, there's a pink sheep there, and Jason Momoa's like, what kind of person would do such a monstrosity, make an animal pink? Thing's hideous. Setting up for later when you see the pink pig walking by with the crown, and you kind of see Jason Momoa go this, and Jack Black says, "That's awesome, dude." The reaction that everybody in the theater had, terrific. It was great. I'm glad they did a little reference to him. It was awesome, man. It was some corny jokes. They weren't meant for adults. They were meant to hit on, for kids. I didn't hear a lot of kids in the theater laughing. There is a joke that they removed from X that I thought was pretty funny. When they're like, they have to like take these wingsuits and fly, and there's only two of them. So the kid puts one on, he goes, hits on the kid. He's like, you sure it works? I don't know. They test on the kid first. He drops, thing works, right? So then Jack Black puts one on, because everything they have in the game, Jack Black has acquired over the years. Like my sleep grease in Elden Ring, I've got 100 of them. So if we ever need sleep grease, we have to go in there. I'm good. So everything they got, they acquired, but he's only got two of these things. And so one, there goes the kid. Where's that a fly? Gone. Now we got one left between him and Jack Black. So he puts it on Jason Momoa and smacks his back. And he's like, what about you? And he falls off. My man says, coming in hot. It reminded me of when he said aim for the bushes in that one, I forget what movie, with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell. But I was like, what is he talking about? And then he lands on his back and takes off this little 3-minute scene of them holding on to his propeller. And then they have to get through this small, narrow, and the way they got to do it is become like a man sandwich, because Jack Black's like, holding on like this, and his legs are falling. He's like, you got to switch around so that way I can hold your legs and pull them inward. You can, you do the same to me. We can get like an arrow. It's ridiculous. But But it was funny. I'm not even gonna lie and pretend like it wasn't. It was pretty funny when you see it in the movie. By that point, you've seen so much weirdness that you're ready for it. I thought it was hilarious, and that was the first one I actually busted out laughing at. The movie has no good writing. It's meant for silly jokes, cameos. They had to insert. There's no good writing to it. Let's get that out the door. There's no good writing to this. It seems like it's improvised, and you can tell when they asked, you can call him Jack Nicholson, Jack Black, to do 3 different songs for time filler. They didn't really have any idea what they were doing. And when they ended it with that weird song, when they started playing that song, at the end of it, they played a song, Jack Black. People were done. They were checked out of the movie by then. Besides that, there were some fun parts in it where the guy should have had like a co-director or executive help him out. He had some, I don't think there was that much input from the studio. You can tell like we need Technoblade here. We need the villagers to go, and you can tell they didn't really have much input besides like certain stuff like that. And me not playing the game much, I assumed they were going to do that. I was having a joke with my little nephews about if they're going to be villagers. And then Jennifer Coolidge is in it. She apparently like works for the school that the 2 kids that are on the mission adventure. She's the principal there, and she's in a failed relationship, and she's all hitting on Jason Momoa. Long story short, Jason Momoa goes to the Minecraft world so she can, mate with him. A damn villager comes from the Minecraft world. And they seem to hit it off, go out on a date and have dinner, and he does saying, it's silly. It's for kids. It's not meant for adults, But if you play the game, you understand. Like, so adults say, "What is that?" It makes no sense. That's how the villagers talk. That's just and if you need information, it's just, and you got to read all this script. You got to read what. So it's silly little jokes like that is what the movie relied on. The ending was very lame. There's a part where you think somebody dies in it. That's when it happens. You're like, okay, is the movie over then? Because how much longer until the movie's over? It's a MacGuffin. They don't die. Jack Black sings. The TVA agent was inserted for no reason. She was not good. I don't know why she was there, but they had the TVA agent girl from Loki. Didn't need her. The boy and the girl were good enough. The boy was really good. I think the boy did a fantastic job I don't know if they actually wrote him lines, if he was just his facial expressions where he's like looking all concerned and confused and upset when somebody does something. He's really good at conveying with facial emotions. So I like him a lot. Jason Momoa, fantastic. Garrett, the garbage man, is ridiculous. And I think Dr. Disrespect should dress up like him one day. And if he doesn't, maybe I'll do it first. I'm like, give it to him. He give me a pink leather jacket, like a rainbow thing. We'll do it for Pride Month. I already got the glasses, so we ain't too far off. The hair is halfway there. Hilarious. He's hilarious. That was the highlight of the movie to me. By the time it was over, I was ready to go. That's it. I was done with it. Jack Black is atrocious. Besides Shallow Hal and more importantly, Tropic Thunder, I've never seen him in anything good. I've never seen. I think he did a good job voiceover in Kung Fu Panda. He's not an actor for me though. He's just not my cup of tea. I loved him in Tropic Thunder, making fun of himself and actually trying to be a serious version of that. What an actor in his crazy background. You would think there's something wrong with him, the way he acts nonstop. And you'd be like, what's really going on behind the scenes? And then he kind of gives you a glimpse of it. And he does a terrific job trying to be legit in real life, if you know what I mean. It's a caricature of a real person actor, but he does a better job of this, like Shallow Hal trying to be a real person. He does instead of these caricatures of I'm always singing something, I'm always over the top. It's kind of, but at the end, it's the motivational speech which he gives to the boys saying that don't lose that. Because as children, we love to convey our imagination, our aspirations to become something in life. I wanted to be a Marvel comic book drawer and draw comic books. Little did I know the comic book industry would crash before then and everything would become digital. But that's neither here nor there. But don't give up on it. Whether it doesn't pay a lot of money, whether you don't get a name in the history book for doing it, if you're living a life doing something you love, and it's so then the kid's like, that's a great idea. To a kid, doesn't even think about it, rolls out. And Jack Black's like standing by himself with by like, why? Yeah, why? I should take some advice. So that part right there, we started acting like he stopped doing the over the top singing, but then kicks into a song. Good Lord, Jack Black, stop the singing. I don't want to watch Tenacious D every time I see you. Which is understandable because the last movie he was in like this, Mario Brothers, he made Peaches the song, and it just flew through. I mean, YouTube, the Spotify, gangbusters. I don't watch MTV anymore, but if somebody does, I wouldn't be surprised if Peaches was on MTV. But it was good overall. It's a fun time. If you have teenage boys, especially, if you have teenage girls are into Fortnite, stuff like that, they'll probably recognize some of the references. They'll get a lot of the jokes. The only thing I missing was like fart jokes. Who we do? That kind of movie for that age. And it's not long. I think it was an hour and 40 minutes. It felt like 2 hours with all the previews and everything, which I didn't get a preview of Superman. The whole reason I wanted to go specifically was to see the preview and to get them hyped up to take them a couple. Like, I want to see Spider. I want to see Superman. I want to see Superman. Yeah, there's no Superman preview before mine. And I hear a lot. I don't know if it's because I went to a matinee. That might have something to do with it. I went to the matinee versions. Maybe they felt like him getting beaten up and having blood and the dog pounding him was a little bit too much for 11 a.m. showing. I don't know. Whatever. But it kind of upset me because they were promoting the hell out of that. The first thing comes up, it says WB. I was like, my nephew said, then it said legendary. And the color scheme started to get then it said a name. And I was like, that is not Superman. Then feature. This is Minecraft. Once it starts, you can tell. I was kind of disappointed in that area, but whatever, Speaking of disappointments, how about that Nintendo Switch rollout? I've never been a fan of Nintendo in my life. Sorry. New Nintendos. Super Nintendo, phenomenal. Nintendo 64, even better. When it came to Nintendo Switch, I thought that was a step back from the Nintendo Wii we had. The Wii was underperformed and should have been better than when the Switch came out. And they're talking about it's going to be 1080p or something like that. The same thing, nothing special. 450 US. You got to be. So the marketing team over at Nintendo, smart. What do you do to get people to buy this overpriced garbage? Not to mention when you throw out $80 for video games, are going to be the standard now to get them to bite. I mean, you ready? You want a video game for $80? No, not physical, digital. You don't? Why not? What about if FromSoft makes a game and it's only for the brand new Nintendo Direct and it's like a Bloodborne 2 remake? Whoa. Fish on. We got to fish. Ain't no damn way I'm paying $450. If they can port Bloodborne to PC, it's wrong. They shouldn't do it. If they can port the Dust Bloods over to PC, it's even worse. They should never do that. What Jimmy Kimmel say? That's wrong. They shouldn't do it. let's take a page out of the liberals' books. If Jimmy Kimmel said it's cool, we should be able to do that. Don't take that advice. I just think they're going to set a standard. Nintendo is not as advanced. The games aren't as advanced. When I had the pleasure of being on my boy Sci-Fax. Shout out to my boy Sci-Fax. Thank you for letting me on earlier. First time I ever done StreamYards. This is my second time on my channel. GG's. I'm not $80 standards for Nintendo is ridiculous. Nintendo is not, PlayStation has these RPGs that are 4K, that have awesome soundtracks and are 120 frames per second. God of War Ragnarok, I'm just being able to play Elden Ring, like you're not going to be able to get that frame rate, that quality. I mean, prove me wrong for $450 handheld. Prove me wrong. If you ever watch me on my other channel gaming, I flip out if something's supposed to be 30 frames per second and it's 15 to 10. I don't want to be Sony, their competitor, always sells a lick of garbage. When I bought a PS4 Pro that's 4K, was end up being 2160 checkerboard rendering, and I just bought this new one that's 8K, which doesn't go over 4K. So we know they're going to sell us lick of garbage, saying that it can perform and do all this, and then we get it saying, I mean, I guess it plays it, but actually playing it isn't what I mean. I mean, having it play and perform at a decentable rate to where I'm going to watch some reviews before I even think about getting anywhere near that. $450 plus tax. We're looking at $5. $80 plus tax shipped. We're looking at $600 just to play I keep wanting to call it the Vile Bloods because I'm a Bloodborne player. The Dusk Bloods. I just don't see me spending $600 on doing it. I just don't see it. It's smart marketing. Shout out to the Nintendo team for dropping that right at the end and dangling on the hook, and just somebody there fishes for big game too. Big deep sea fishing. They knew just how to dangle that joker. Make sure the boat's in motion now, not too fast. We don't want to get scared awake, but we want to be able to manipulate their thoughts. Get them coming. Somebody know what they're doing. Man, there was another announcement they made that went low key. They're bringing Elden Ring to Nintendo Switch. With that comes some update. I don't know if it's going to be for everybody. If we if PC and on SNL, but I'd probably have to pay for it. But when we get this update, Torrent will be able to get new skins, and there'll be like new soundtrack, and there's like new weapons. I'm hoping we get it, but it looks like something they're trying to dangle for the newcomers to come on and buy. Be like, you can't get this anywhere else. You have to come to PlayStation to get. To Nintendo to buy a new skin for Torrent. Ain't happening. No, just ain't doing it. But I don't have a Mario Kart. I love playing Mario Kart. One of my friends I subscribe to is always playing Mario on their 64, trying to get all the stars, which is a fun accomplishment. That when I don't have my 64 anymore, I gave it to a younger family member of mine. I think you can buy that. So if I can buy a Nintendo Switch 2, and then go get a digital library of all the old Nintendo games, it might be worth it because I have no Nintendo games, and they do have some pretty awesome. Super Mario, Astrobot won Game of the Year because they follow the exact same game format as Mario, which has always been, in my opinion, the leader of video games. The level layout, the gameplay execution. If you're doing something Mario, you try to hit a button, it responds. It works. Every time you hit the button and you want to go do this, every time you want to do something, if you have the ability and the know how to do it, it works. Nintendo puts out good quality when it comes to that. So I'd be willing to get a Nintendo catalog to go along with that. But if I can skirt the Super Mario and Nintendo Switch, knowing that in a year it's going to come out on a system I've already spent $600 on. In today's market, wait. Always wait. I've been burnt too many times the past couple of games. Day one, I will wait for performance, probably a price reduction, and definitely a review on the game. I don't want to be like, oh, it's only 10 hours for the and it's PvE, but they didn't show much of it. It looks to me like it's like an opening cutscene. There's a couple parts like he does, and it's made for a smaller. They don't make small games, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's smaller, contained, and a lot of old used assets that they made something avail to put over top of your eyes just to open your wallet. Feel me? Let me see what we got. Verdansk came back this week. If you like play Call of Duty, Verdansk drop. It's awesome as sin, man. Check me out on my game channel. I suck, but if anybody ever wants to hang out with me there, come on by. I'll give you my PSN code. It's on my other channel. Send me a friend request. Shout out to my boy Val Kilmer, passed away, man. Good guy. First movie I think I saw him, it was probably Willow, because I got some older brothers that have done some crazy like Lucasfilm stuff. They thought that, well, you idiot. He was a good actor, man. And then my brother was also, and one of my older brothers into the music. So the Doors movie, phenomenal acting. But if you've never seen anything of his, even if you have, a good watch back would be look up the scene where he's sick. Everybody knows, I'll be a Huckleberry. Not that one. He's after that, he gets sick. And Wyatt goes and talks to him in the hospital. He actually passes away there. It'll hit a lot harder now if you go back and watch it. And perspective is always a good thing in this journey of life. So with that being said, thanks for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you're new, please leave a like, maybe comment next time, subscribe, share this out there, get it out there. And I'll see y'all next Saturday. I'm probably going to hit M stream. It'll probably still go because it's my first time. Let's see what happens. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. And with that being said, I can do this. Let's put some music on. What? Yeah, babe. Music. We got to make sure we put the good music on, right? Think so. No, we want to do it. See if I can change my face. Figure it out. Figure out how to go. Outro. Till next Saturday, y'all. Thanks for joining me again. Peace.
Caught in the glow